This one is called Not Your Cup of Tea. Let me set the scene. I'm in this 5th or 6th grade. It's a summer night. We're going to the drive-in. You can imagine I was excited, bundled up with my blankets and pillows, but I was also sick with a cold. Stuffy nose and sore throat, the works. Awesome. In my memory, I was doing my best to suffer in silence, but I can imagine the reality was excessively complaining about my sore throat. All I know is my parents bought me a tea before the movie started to soothe it. I was probably annoying about it. Sue me. I had never had tea before, being 11 or 12 at the time. It was fucking gross. It was an orange pico tea, a black tea known for being milder in flavor. Didn't help. It's a standard choice, an easy pick for my parents who had no clue what to get me. After the first sip, I knew I was in for it. I stomached the warm beverage because it was all I had to soothe my throat. I figured complaining about it in an essay in 15 years and holding a grudge against black tea in the meantime was more than enough. Just kidding, but I still hate black tea. And that's my key memory documenting that. Even though it's an incredibly common and popular type of tea, I spent more of my caffeinated years developing a preference for coffee and herbal teas. That came a little bit later. Let's stop here for a second. Why am I talking about tea? I really just hunted my memory for an example of preferences and landed on this one. I want to talk about likes and dislikes. I want to talk about what is and what isn't our cup of tea. Despite the fact that I don't like black tea, it's not a point against those who do, or even against the tea itself. It's a compatibility issue, that's all. It's not personal. The tea never gave me any cross words or demonstrated rude behavior. It was firm in its flavor, and I was firm in my preference. We don't cross paths anymore. When we begin to reflect on ourselves and our relationships, it can be easy to lose the simple metaphor and believe that we must be palatable to everyone. You might say, oh, but Sammy, humans are very different than teas. Are we? As we grow into ourselves, we develop a taste for things, for experiences, for people. It's a hallmark of our identity, the things we like and don't like. It is personal to us. It's got to be personal to everyone, right? It's important to be like black tea and not dilute one's flavor to meet another's preference. We may have an unspoken agreement where I add some sugar or cream, but these are a result of our relationship, not an abandonment of fundamental properties. Black tea is still black tea, for better or worse. If we can't make that work, which we couldn't, we'll part ways. We decide it's in the best interest of black tea and myself alike that we don't try this experiment all that often. I won't pretend to like it, and it won't change itself to be liked. When I was around 20 or 21, it was incredibly obvious to me that not everyone was going to like me. In fact, it became obvious when my hard-headed and opinionated personality was shaped by life experience and education. I thought to myself, what is going wrong? I was disagreeing with more people, furthering my outsider archetype with my family. I had lost friends who held different values from mine. My circle was simply getting smaller. It was not already clear nothing was going wrong, only that each of us was at a pivotal age for becoming ourselves and learning about the world. What was really happening was that we were becoming black teas. We were not diluting ourselves as one might in high school, where the primary goal is to fit in. You were not pretending to like black tea because everyone did, and you were not changing your structure to be palatable. I no longer held my tongue at the dinner table, for better or worse. So suddenly I made fewer friends, knowing people better and becoming more aware of the attitudes people held. For me personally, this coincided with a grand awakening of deeply ingrained misogyny around me and in my life. Facing firsthand the consequences of having been on the receiving end of harassment in the workplace, I lost a lot of male friends. The ones who couldn't shake the things they were taught, probably because they didn't benefit from trying. I was no longer their cup of tea, and they were no longer mine. Perhaps this is the biggest understatement of a metaphor I will make in my writing. I am not aiming to dilute the severity of these violences, only note that my realizations made me less likable. It was a moral difference, one of great importance. Decentering men has been liberating, but it was at a cost. This is a conversation for another day. This is all to say that the cornerstone of holding our values is the willingness to ruffle some feathers. You must, in abandoning people-pleasing, become willing to challenge things people don't want challenged. You'll have awkward silences and you'll have conversations alike. You don't have to agree, but you should aim to live with integrity. This means having who you are and what you believe at the forefront of the presentation of yourself, and allowing the preferences to fall where they may. You may not be liked, but you'll stand for who you are and will be willing to take the risk. There will be people who prefer the peace of the status quo. From cultural violence to personality differences, you may challenge their definition of what is right and pleasant. To some, you'll be a disruptor. You'll be annoying, unkempt, and loud. To others, you'll be an advocate. You'll be a good friend, a good neighbor. Becoming firm in your identity also allows people to learn from you as you learn from them. You become an instrument of your experience, a demonstration of where you've been, who you've known, and what you've learned. You can change people's mind, make the world a better place, and become comfortable in your own uniqueness. You will not be alone like you think you will. The benefit to this is more than that fundamental integrity piece. Being firm in your identities and values becomes a vehicle for deeper connection. Just as you will find people who do not enjoy your flavor, you will find people who do. There will be opportunities to love and be loved more deeply and more honestly. You will survive being disliked. You may even thrive in it. You will find that it is not as personal as you may think. Though you are the subject of one's preferences, you are not evaluated beyond that. Your worth is not shaped by the number of people who find you easy to be around. Often it is as simple as a tea, as a flavor. Compatibility is a two-way street. Maybe it's just not a match. So please find the strength and courage to be disliked and do so by fulfilling the very essence of who you are and what you stand behind. Become the version of you that is opinionated but listens attentively. The version of you that is so much yourself that you are loved for the honest you. On a selfish level, the justification I may lean on is that when I die, I will not die with regrets of moral importance. Even with my mistakes, I can stand behind my pursuit of reparations. I may have to forgive myself for the small things, but I will not die a pretender, and I will not be drinking black tea. That's it. Thank you folks for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. Follow me on Substack. If you want them written or sent to your inbox, that's the way to do it. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on YouTube, which you're on right now. Please stick around if you like what I do. Consider becoming a paid subscriber to my Substack. It helps support me continue to do what I'm doing. Yeah, that's it. Bye.